morning, good day, good evening, good night, depending on where you're at. Today we are going to see if we can find some raspberries. Took like two small buckets with me. If we can fill both these, then it should be probably like a liter. Should be able to get quite a bit of stuff done with that, or that's at least a lot to eat. Should we go? Yeah, we can go through the field here. A lot of grasshoppers. And the grass is getting pretty tall here. If we get some more rain, we might need to mow this soon, I think. It's been quite a while since we cut it last, but it hasn't really grown that much because it's so damn dry. I mean, today, in the evening today, they're saying that we could get like a lot of rain. I don't think so. We had some clouds rolling in, but yeah. They have been saying that we're gonna get rain the whole summer and haven't really got any, so don't have super high hopes with the forecasts. Yeah, at least the clouds should be good. It should not be too hot. And then we have a lot of wind, which is good when you are in the forest, in the young forest even. Less bugs and a little bit not so hot. And this looks pretty cool here. We get a lot of clover here, and it's kind of flowery. Usually sometime at this point we like to cut it. Usually after it produces the flower, it doesn't really grow anymore, then it's best to cut it. Then it grows again. We'll go in here and then see if we can find some good spots. slightly cooler there. I see bushes there, maybe they have berries. Right here. It's kind of down in the little on the hot side here. I have like 2 buckets, so I need to leave one here and then come pick it up later, I think. I don't want to hold on to 2 at once. Leave them here. There's quite a bit. So yeah, if we will get more rain, I think these would be a lot bigger even. Now they're pretty small. Oh, maybe the beat rate isn't that good down here. Maybe when I go up on the hill. Yeah, connection is not the greatest here. We'll see if we pick a little here and then go up on the hill there. See if it's better up there. Wind. I want to go higher up, I think, just because of the just because colder weather or maybe more wind. And better connection for the stream. Just wood. It's something else, but it's the same thing. Like if you like chainsaw, you hear like chainsaw, like a gas-powered chainsaw, you can't hear the chain is loud. Then if you have an electric chainsaw, then you hear how loud the chain actually is. Yeah, action is not good. We're here. Maybe. See if we go up here, if we can find something good here. Maybe over here a little bit. Should be better up on the hills. Not the best bit rate here, but should be okay. I think it really depends. Yeah, I think down here it's like bad, but once we're up on the hill here, it should be good. It's really, with the cell towers, it's really, you can be like 50 meters to the side and it doesn't work, and then 50 meters to the other direction and it's like very good. But yeah, I think I see like small bushes everywhere here, so we can kind of just be up on the hill here, I think. Hopefully find some stuff. It's not going to be super fast, but maybe if you can at least fill one of these, then that's a pretty good, decent chunk. see, and we can go a little bit that way. Then maybe up on the hill more, and then there's another place there we could also look. There might also be some berries there. In all the places that were clear cut like 3-4 years ago, I think that's really the really good spots for raspberries. Yeah, clouds rolling in, that's good. We do not want sun here. So that's good, and then the wind should technically at least pick up even more. So in this scenario right here, that's also good. Do we clear cut with a chainsaw? Mostly when this was clear cut with, it was with the machine. But when we do thinnings, where I remove some trees, then I usually like to do that with a chainsaw. But yeah, clear cuts we do use the machine, or there's like a contractor that comes in and does it. It makes sense because it's kind of weird here, but when you do clear cuts, you actually get paid more for the same wood if you have a machine come and do it. It's really weird, but yeah, that's another reason why it's probably better to have a machine do it. I mean, it's a lot faster too. The machines, when they do, like this spring we had like just a little bit to do like a small clear cut, half a hectare. It's like 1 day and then they're done. So it's really fast. A lot faster than what I could do with a chainsaw. But then again, of course, you have to pay the machine guys. But still, overall, clear cuts, it makes a lot of sense to have a machine do it, I think. But yeah, thinnings, and when I use the brush cutter and stuff, that I also all use or do myself. Oh, here's already a lot of them on the ground. So I believe these are like so excuse me, so ripe that they're starting to fall on the ground already. So we're not out here too early, at least. It seems. Definitely ripe. Don't want to pick up those that are on the ground, but yeah, maybe this is better to have this on the ground. Maybe, and then what phone is this? It's a Samsung. What is it? A13 or A12 or something like that. Not one of those €1,000 cell phones. I don't think I would want to have a €1,000 cell phone. If I drop it somewhere or somehow break it, then I'd rather have a €200 phone than a €1,000 phone. And for a chat phone, it's definitely good enough. It only needs to have like basically big battery, and that's kind of the most important thing. But yeah, there's like a lot in this one branch. A lot of it has already fallen down on the ground, so. A lot of raspberry right here. Still pretty small. I think maybe we can find somewhere where it's where the berries are even bigger. But yeah, I haven't really picked a lot of raspberries, mostly like bilberries and stuff. And for bilberries we have like it's like a picker that you can scoop up the berries a lot faster, but with these raspberries I think really the only way to pick is just by hand. There isn't really any kind of picker, I think, for these. It is. It's one of those, we almost had like one of those tropical nights, they say, when it doesn't go under plus 20. Like the coldest is plus 20. That's, yeah, not a big fan of that. It's pretty hot. Plus 20 is good if that would be the highest temp of the day, but when it's the coldest, it's not the best. I'm not personally a big fan of the heat. Oh, there's a lot here we can. Most winters, yes. It would be good to have this like a handle on the bucket, but we don't have that. We do get snow most winters and like pretty much every winter, but sometimes it kind of comes and melts away and comes back. But yeah, last winter we had like maybe half a meter for like 3 months, 4 months. We had a decent winter last winter. Like it was a proper winter. But yeah, the raspberry is kind of a funny plant. Like this is the growth from this year. And then the berries are all on the growth from last year. So the raspberry is like a 2-year plant. 1 year it grows the plant, and then the next year that plant produces berries. But yeah, we definitely have snow in the winter, and I do a lot of cross-country skiing on the stream actually in the winter. That wind should be picking up today actually. That's one of the reasons why today is a really good day to pick the raspberries. I didn't want to come here yesterday because yesterday there was no wind and pretty much the same heat, so it was really like would not have been that fun. Now with the wind keeps at least the mosquitoes away. Maybe even the horseflies a little bit. And it is also like a cloudy day. Should be like the clouds should roll in and cover up the sun, which is good. Otherwise it would easily be plus 30 today, I think. The raspberries, they actually look like, what is it, like blackberries. They look like small blackberries that are different color. I think there's a pretty good bush there. Then we could go down the hill a little bit. It might be bigger there, but if the connection is cutting out, then we're gonna stay here on the high ground. Higher ground, I guess. Yeah, that wind, you don't know how good that wind feels. Without it, it would be not nice at all. This bush didn't really have that many, I think, or that much stuff. See if we go down here a little bit. Then the other bucket maybe there, if we can find enough. We got we have like 1 deciliter now, I think. At least we're gonna try to fill this one up, then we can make something or just eat it as is. There's one bush there, maybe. Maybe slightly bigger here. I don't think that, maybe when we go down the hill here, maybe it's a little more wet. And then maybe the berries are bigger. Slightly bigger here. Yeah, then you find these like branch like this. Has like a lot of them. Here they're big. Yeah, this is decent sized. A lot bigger than in the beginning. Probably like double the size. But yeah, some have started to fall like on the ground, so we're definitely not early for the raspberries. They're almost like too ripe. Just wait until we step into a hornet's nest or something, then we're gonna be running. I've done it a few times when I was brush cutting, like in a little bit older forest than this, just cutting away unwanted trees. Then when you have the brush cutter running, you can't hear anything. Then I stepped into a hornet's nest or bee's nest, and then all of a sudden there was like I felt like a huge sting in my like hand. I did have gloves on, but it's this the bee stung like right here. And then when I noticed that, then you just immediately recognize that you have like 100 bees buzzing around the head. And then after that, you're running pretty fast. But they've been pretty good, healthy still. Sometimes there's like some worms that are starting to eat the berries, but these seem pretty healthy. I don't see a lot of like worms and stuff eating them. I mean, not that it's dangerous, but I think it feels better if you eat just the berries and not the not the worms so much. But yeah, a lot of them have started to fall down here, so next year we can come even earlier to get more even. Probably like almost beginning of July. But it's been, this year has been really warm, so I guess the berries might be a little earlier than usual too. Yeah, extra protein. Get all the nutrients in one go. I don't think from the worms that eat the berries, I don't think you get food poisoning from them. Maybe if the berries are like if they're like too old and rot, and then it's maybe bigger chance to get food poisoning. This one has more of the new growth, not that many berries there. I think we're gonna go that way now. Down there I don't see a lot of raspberry bushes. This is whatever this is called. Ash tree, something like that. These berries are super sour if you want to eat them. They become orange when they're ripe, but they're not very good. You have to put like 50% sugar if you want to eat these. They're super sour. You can eat them, but yeah, super sour. I don't know what it's actually called. Maybe it's ash in English. I don't think it's ash. Ash is like ask. It's like pihlaja in Finnish. Don't remember what it's in English. Here's some here. It's the same thing with these as with the other berries I picked in the garden. Like, it doesn't look from the top side, it doesn't look like there's much. But then when you grab a branch and lift it up, then you see on the underside there's like a bunch of them on the underside. I think if you go like this all the time and you find like a good bush, and you can actually pick them fairly quickly. We don't have like a big like, sometimes it's like just a big area that's full of the berries. Here it's like a bush there, a bush here, a little bit there, a little bit there. It's not like a huge place that has a lot of them, but definitely some here. This is probably like a bush from like 3-year-old. This is like dead. It seems like I think the raspberry, it grows like, it's like a 3-year plant or 2-year plant. First year grow the bush, and then second year on that same bush produce berries. I think the ling or the blueberry is kind of same, or bilberry. Same kind of style. This is the green one. So there's some that are not ripe yet. I guess here it's more maybe in the shade a little bit, up on the really high top of the hill. It's probably like drier there, so the berries got ripe earlier. I think down here it might be, they're a little bit later, I guess. Yeah, some have fallen on the ground. There's the ripest ones have fallen down. Okay, where's the next one? I see there's one. Up there's one that has a lot of red in it. I guess we're gonna go down here and then come back there with this bucket. Then the other bucket we will see. We'll see how fast this one goes if we want to pick the other one too. Or if one is enough. I didn't want to take, when we pick the bilberries, usually take like the 10-liter buckets and fill those up. Because if you have a good bilberry here, you can really get the liters going pretty fast. But with the raspberries, when you have to pick them by hand like this, I think it's definitely a little bit slower. But there's a good amount. Once you can find branch like this, even picking like this, it's okay. We're not gonna get like 100 liters, but we're gonna try to get 1 liter. Yeah, on the underside there's a decent bit here. I could almost have like a glove on one of the hands, because when you grab the raspberry bush, it's got like these small, the main stem doesn't have really thorns, but these branches have like these small thorns. So it's a little nasty to grab them with just the bare hand. I guess like a glove in the left hand and then pick with the right hand if you want to be like a pro. Pick like a pro. But yeah, why can't you do like in games? It's always you come like to the bush. Like there's some like games like this where you can, there's like a, you need to pick up resources, then you just come to the bush, press a button and then it collects everything. Doesn't work here then. Oh, this is like a small bush here. Look at this, guys. Once I get this lifted up, if I can grab, I really should have a glove on one hand, yeah. I have to grab the leaves or something to not, like look at this guy. There's a lot here. A lot of raspberries. Yeah, there's some here. You can see there's some like some are green, not ripe, and then some are like overripe. We're gonna try to pick the ones that are just the right amount of ripe. Don't want to pick the mushy ones too much. They could be not the best to eat, maybe. Maybe just eat them directly. The ones that are almost falling off, they're really sweet if you eat them. More sweet than the one that are maybe more like lighter red. Oh, there's a lot here. This bush, maybe some more there still on the other side. So there's quite a bit, like in a small bush like this, I could definitely maybe find 1 deciliter in just one bush. When I'm not like picking it, like trying to get like every single berry. Getting most of it. I guess you could pick yes these with like if you had like really, you could have gloves on both hands. If I would have like really those really thin gloves, then it would be easier to grab the plant. We're not the best bit rate here. It might be like the one cell tower should be there, and one is somewhere over there, so we might be behind that forest. That's why it's maybe not the best here. Might have a little modern art on the stream. It's a big branch, it's so heavy. It's dropped like a lot of them down, but man, this is like a heavy one. It's stuck to something. Can't even lift it up. I'm standing on it. Yeah, look at this guy. Red everywhere. And it's like dropped, look at how much it's dropped on the ground already. Yesterday when we, or the day before that when we checked out, I thought we were like early. But it seems like we're like mid to late almost in the season. There's definitely quite a bit here. As soon as the size of the berries is like a little bigger, it really adds up. But yeah, it's definitely wild berry seasons right now. Or season, you can pick, right now you can pick like bilberries, raspberries, cloudberries, lingonberries soon. So there's a lot of, like July is probably the best month for like wild berries. There's the most available, I guess. I think this bush is done. We found quite a bit there actually in that one. See if we can find another one. Another one similar to that. There's one that got something there, but not super good. Now we're already half full on this one. We're for sure gonna get this one filled up. Maybe even the other one. What is it now? 10. We've been maybe outside, maybe picking maybe 45 minutes or something. And not rushing it or anything, but getting there. Maybe we can pick this one. It's a nice stump to put the bucket on. This one has the smaller ones, it seems. There's a lot. There's a lot on one. But yeah, we usually pick bilberries, but this year I don't know. There wasn't a lot of bilberries when I checked in the forest. So I think we might not want to pick them at all this year. It's gonna be, there's not really much around. That's why I'm kind of surprised that there's this many raspberries. I guess the raspberries still somehow grow when it's drier. The bilberries really need their drink to grow. Yeah, here we planted spruce up here, then we planted birch down here. And then there's always some birch coming up naturally too. But yeah, it's starting to look like a forest again. It's always when you plant, you think like you put your trees pretty like far apart, but after they grow a little, it seems a lot better. Seems like there is a lot more around, even if it's the same amount of trees. Let's go maybe up here, back, and then back there, because we're pretty full on the first one. And you can see the second one. If we can find enough for that. But yeah, here you can see we planted a spruce, and then you got a birch that came in naturally. Here, when in a few years I want to come here with the brush cutter and kind of remove this one tree. Since you don't want to have two trees that close to each other. They're just gonna compete with each other and damage each other. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty soon actually this year. Probably come here with the brush cutter in like a couple of years. Clean up the stand a little bit. This one was more like fresh bush, not really much berries in there. Not too much. There's one, I think. That wind. It's definitely borderline too hot. I gotta take it pretty easy. Like this, if it would be 15 degrees, this would be like perfect weather. Perfect weather for this. Oh, got blood. Oh, it's just a squished berry. Yeah, we're gonna be picking some berries today, and then maybe this week or at least next week there will be some, again, a lot of different stuff. We'll go on like a little bit of a trip to an island. So there will be a ship involved, I guess. go into an island somewhere to do some investigations. But yeah, that's kind of weather dependent. We don't want to go on a rainy day and not on a like super hot day. And then another place I kind of want to investigate is like it's like an old fort from the, I don't know, 1600, 1700, or the ruins of that. That could be kind of interesting to explore a little bit. So I got a few places in mind this year, in addition to the farming content. I got over half in this one now. Oh, there's some big ones. But lift up the branches, there's like a lot more than what meets the eye in the beginning. They're hiding. Berries are hiding. Hiding beneath the leaves. That one looks kind of decent. Kind of starting to head back now, I think, because this one will be filled up soon. And then the other bucket we can try up on the hill, and maybe go, there's like another place there that we could also maybe visit. Could have some good places. I haven't scouted that place out at all, but there should be some stuff there. It's the same age as this area. Like same age since it was cut, clear cut, so, and similar soil, so there should be probably some berries there too. But yeah, I don't know if you're a pro picker of these. You could have like, I could have like the harness I have on when I do the brush cutting or something, and then have a bucket with like a handle, and then the bucket would be like dangling here. Then I could use both hands to pick all the time. I don't know if any pro picker has done that. could be one way to be super effective, I guess. But that's more if you're like a pro picker. We're just casual pickers here. Casual pickers. We'll make sure we don't dump our bucket now when it's almost full. No Porsche fly, no free bites today. What's that sound? I think they might be mowing the roadsides, maybe on the big road. Sounds like some type of mower. Maybe we can see it from here. Over the hill. Not really. It's gotta be something like that. Sounds like it for sure. Where's our next target? That looks like it could have something. There's a little bit. A little bit here, a little bit there. This one's got the bigger ones, I think. Good morning. Doing pretty good here, just trying to find some raspberries today. Raspberry hunt. Clouds are good. Today clouds are good. Even if it starts to rain, clouds are good. If the sun would be out, it would be so hot. Now it's somewhat manageable. It's still really warm. Still really warm today, but with the sun it could be easily like 40 degrees in the sun. So clouds are good. Rain would be even better. Not right now, but if we can get rain later this day, it would be good. But I don't have super high hopes because it's the good old story. Been here a few years that even if there's rain in the forecast, it's not gonna rain. Yeah, they're pretty good. Should be pretty healthy and stuff. We got the first. I took just a couple of small buckets today, but at least the first one we can fill up. This one is almost full now. I'll fill this up and then probably start on the other one. Maybe even fill the other one. I don't know, this one, it was full of it was full of jam tea earlier, and it says it's like 800 grams, so I don't know if you fill it like this. Maybe it's like 500 grams in one because there's some air in it. But yeah, we're gonna try to fill, if we can fill both of these, then we have for sure like maybe 1.5 liters of raspberries. That's pretty good. Pretty good since you need to pick them by hand. There's no picking machine for this. I should get a bigger bucket. I have 10-liter buckets, but if we would take a 10-liter bucket here, I would be out here the whole day and I would not fill it up. That's why I took some smaller ones. I was searching for like a 3-liter bucket, like a medium sized, but I didn't find it, so I had to take these small ones. I have, for when we pick bilberries, I have the 10-liter buckets, but this is not as fast. One year when we had a really good bilberry year and I picked with like a picker, then I picked 10 liters of bilberries in like 1 hour. But that was a good bilberry year, which we don't have super often. So, but yeah, with that speed you could pick, you can pick bilberries, and lingonberries you can pick really fast if you have the picker, so you're not picking by hand. You have it's like a bigger collector that you just pull through the bushes. But with the raspberries, I don't think that it wouldn't work with the raspberries. You just kind of have to pick them by hand. Couple more bushes and then the first one is full. Ah, that wind. The wind it's really good. It's if there would be a lot of bilberries in the forest, today would be a pretty good day to pick them, because you want kind of windy days to go in the forest. A lot less bugs around, and it feels cooler that way. But it's a good day for raspberries too. I guess we can mix it up this year and pick. We can pick raspberries this year instead of bilberries. But we're not gonna get like 100 liters. Yeah, I don't know. Do they have? Maybe they're kind of strong. Some berries can be like you don't want to eat like too much. small ones. There's maybe some bigger ones.
Our summer is so far very peaceful. 3 or 4 times rain per week.
Yeah, I've seen, from what I've seen in Europe, it's like some areas have a lot of rain and then other areas are really dry. It seems like there's not many places that are in the middle, like where you get like a decent amount of rain, but not like a huge amount of rain.
Today it should be hotter, but now around 20 and cloudy.
Here the weather has been, yeah, pretty much immediately after we put the seeds in the ground, it's been hot and dry. Same old story as many years in a row now. Hot and dry, hot and dry. So this year we have the biggest rain we have gotten in one day is like 10 mils, so like this much. That's the biggest rain, and that was like one time. The rest of the rains have been like maybe 5 mil, so like really tiny rains. And not very often even, so. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
As we told each other, I like it between 20 and 25.
Yeah, I mean it really depends. It really depends what you do also. If you're doing some more physical things, then it's usually better if it's cooler, and then if it's more like a sitting job or a desk job, then it's kinda, it doesn't matter maybe if it's a little bit warmer even. Really depends what you're doing. Coming up to the top of the hill, I think we can find something there still. But yeah, at least as a farmer, I know it's like the weather. It's like it's really important because it really determines the outcome of the year. Like financially, it's a big difference if it's like a rainy year or super dry year, or it's gonna have a big impact on the financial result. They're hidden here again. The branches that are low down have all the berries. Oops.
As a consumer, the weather is maybe important too. Causes how much we can eat, load, or have to pay for it.
Yeah, but it's it's a little weird because yeah, food has gotten more expensive in the store, but we farmers don't get paid anymore, so someone in between there is cashing in, I think. As you can see, some of these have fallen on the ground already. I don't want to pick these too much, but these are they're definitely ripe because they're starting to fall off on their own. Let's go here. We should find some here. Then we can go back there to where I left the other bucket. We can hopefully find the other bucket, and then we probably can pick a little bit in the other bucket too. If we can still find decent bushes. I think did we pick that bush? No, we didn't pick this one. Here looks to be a good one. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. We get a good rock here to put the bucket.
Most parts of our training, someone have the hands in it.
We'll lift this one up. Oh yeah. Look at this, guys. And there's like a lot that has fallen down already. There's quite a bit of red here. A lot are pretty small, but definitely adds up when you find a bush like this. I think we can fill up the bucket right here. Yeah. They're not like super big, but there's a lot of them. It seems like the blooming was very successful because there's a lot of berries here. So I think, yeah, when they aren't like super big, but there's a lot of them, so that usually means like the blooming or the flowering was very successful. The pollination was very successful, and then it was kind of dry. If it would have been a little bit more wet, I think these would be the same amount of berries here, and they would be bigger. So then it would be like a huge berry year. But yeah, I haven't really picked that many raspberries, so I'm not really sure. But I think they're usually can be a little bit bigger. But yeah, not complaining about this guy right here. Pretty good one. Oh yeah, underneath here we got all the big ones. Oh wow. Yeah, if you pick every of these, man, it starts to add up quite quickly actually. And a bunch has fallen on the ground already. Man, this is probably the best bush so far today. Crazy. Yeah, so this is maybe the size that they usually are. Like this is the normal size. I think it's a little bigger. And then most of them are a little bit smaller than that this year. But yeah, one other berry that would be nice to pick is like the cloudberry, the yellow one, or orange berry.
I moved to Twitch for channel points.
But we don't really, the cloudberry, it grows like on swamps, and there's not really that kind of swamps around here too much. I think it's better like more in the eastern parts and northern parts of Finland if you want to find a lot of cloudberries. But I mean, if these are good, then the cloudberries.
August 12,345. Welcome here at August 12,345 slash.
Cloudberries are they're the bomb. Twitch for channel points. Yeah, you can watch on whatever channel you want to. I mean, I guess on Kick I don't think there's ads. Like on Twitch there is ads. But on Twitch you have channel points, I guess, if you want to collect those. Like this is a really good branch. These are big berries here and a lot of them. Like if you find a big patch of this, then it would be maybe possible to pick like 10 liters in a day. Like this is crazy right here. Best one today.
If I make you drink a beer, can you chug the beer?
If I make you drink a beer, can you chug the beer? Why would you want to make me drink a beer? If I drink a beer, I want to drink the beer. I don't see the point in like not liking to drink a beer. What's the point then?
Nice, simply the best.
Yeah, like one branch like this is like 1 deciliter of berries.
Can you kill this annoying fly?
There's a lot of the flies around. I think if I try to kill all the flies that are here, we don't get anything picked. There's probably some flies flying around the camera also, maybe. But yeah, there's way too many to start whacking them. I'm just gonna whack the ones that try to bite me. Okay, I think the first one is actually, this one is pretty much full now. I guess we can try to get a little bit more in there. Then we'll have to, we can take the other bucket and then come back. There's a good bush there too. We can come with the other bucket here and try to fill the other one too. Because we found some good places now. Just when the bucket is full, now we just found the place. Found like a very good place to pick.
Circle of life twice media needed part of it. So relaxing. Rough feet. Enjoy.
Oh wow, on the front page again. Yeah, okay. Welcome in, guys. To, yeah, maybe a type of stream that you might not have seen earlier. So we're just picking some wild berries here. Enjoying nature. Are these native bushes? No, these are native. They just grow here. Yeah, wild berries. They have not been planted.
Hello.
Now I think this one is full. We're gonna go change out, take another bucket and continue. We have a lot more to pick here.
Real farmer life.
Yeah, today we're a berry picker. Berry picker farmer.
Don't get mauled by a bear while taking their berries. LOL. No influencer styles happen.
I don't think there's gonna be, or it's a good protection against the bears, because I'm kind of talking here and having a lot of sounds and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the bears like the berries too, so this might be like attract the bears a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna try to remember that was a really good spot there. I need to go here. We got the other bucket here somewhere. What am I doing right now? Picking these guys.
LOL, just throw the bucket in the bear's face so it will start eating those and you can run.
That might be the last line of defense. For sure, if we would see a berry coming at us, then I would definitely throw this at the bear. Don't know if it's like smart or anything, but we definitely try to do that as like a last resort. Okay, we're gonna leave this here on the stump and take the other one. Put the lid on this one. Okay, we filled the one. We can try to fill the other one too. Then we have a nice amount of.
Members me on the evening to the house. More meat. We got snakes in the crawl around our house.
But yeah, the animals that, or the, I don't say animals, but the insect, probably the one insect that I'm most worried about here would be like the tick. But I got my boots on and long pants, so that should protect a little bit against the ticks. And then once I get out of here, I'm always gonna like do like a tick check. That's probably the most dangerous animal here, more like an insect, but bears and wolves and stuff like that, it's really not it's really not a concern. It's like probably like 100 more times likely to get injured in like a car crash than getting attacked by a bear or wolf or something like that. So not really worried about that. Even there is like a small chance. It's not like 100% impossible to see a bear or a wolf or something like that. So yeah, the bears. The last human that was killed by a bear in Finland, it was like 100 years ago, or more than 100 years ago. Or it was actually by a wolf. Yeah, it was like at the end of the 1800s, and they had like a wolf that actually killed probably like 10 children or something, if the story is true. But it was because the wolf was kind of like, it had some issues with like the jaw or something, so it couldn't hunt like normal animals. And then it ended up like going for the easy prey, I guess, like children. But that's like over 100 years ago, and since then there's been no fatalities by bears or wolves, so not super dangerous. Have I ever seen a UFO? Not really. Sometimes when you there's a few places here when you drive with the road to like a city, then you can see the water tower of the city. I mean, that kind of looks like a UFO. That's pretty much the closest thing to a UFO I've seen. But yeah, for the snakes, I mean, when I got these boots, if the snake would bite anywhere here, it wouldn't go through this. This is like logging boots. So I guess the ankles and stuff is at least protected. So unless we get like a jumping snake, then we should be pretty safe.
At our seventh year, one of the famous UFO sightings in Finland is the Army UFO.
But yeah, there's one poisonous snake in Finland, but even that one is like, I guess it's pretty unlikely you're pretty unlikely to die from it too. It's not like super poisonous.
You guys have crop circles in Finland. Points. Empty World Low has 0 points. These kids are starving and need our help. Your support can provide the essential food and care they deserve. Please consider making a donation to ensure these children have a chance at a better future. Every contribution counts. Thank you for your kindness and generosity. You can help us through our PayPal link below.
But yeah,
At our 7th year, we had in 1998 and 2000. Snakes are happy if they can crouch away. They don't bite when they have enough space or other options. Shop. J-Lo, so you can see the channel shopping.
but yeah, crop circles. No, I haven't seen crop circles in Finland.
At a citizen 135 kilogram span.
Maybe I should make some crop circles in the fields.
0 points. You should LOL. Did you get rated? So they tell us in their streams. Age 3 viewers.
But yeah, it's pretty. The crop circles. It's pretty clear what they are, I would say.
Do you have any ruins on your land?
But there's always conspiracy theories.
Crop circles are trolls, LOL.
Do you have any ruins on our land? No, not really. There is some, like maybe a couple of kilometers away from here. There is like a unconfirmed, like, was it Stone Age settlement? Or like something like that. Like it should be like pretty old. But it's like unconfirmed but there is, I think they found like something there, so
Detected on your land.
maybe there's an old Stonehenge there or something. Finnish Stonehenge.
An organic farmer kickstabs with you on the front page.
But yeah, metal detected. Yeah, we have metal detected a few times. I did metal detect in the field a little bit, in the garden. But I haven't really found anything super old. Like I found like horseshoes and a couple of old coins, like maybe 50-year-old coins, but nothing like super old. But yeah, the one I found like an old horseshoe, and the story, I think I know kind of the story behind the old horseshoe, because it was like, I found it actually like in the forest. So I think the last time they used horses in the forest here, it was like in the maybe 50s. So that horseshoe has been in the forest there for at least like 70 years, maybe more. So that was kind of cool. And it might have been like the horseshoe might have been from my like grandpa's horse. He was the last one to use horses still. And after that it's been more like tractors in the forest. So I guess probably some piece of history from the farm. That was kind of cool. Like to other people it would just be maybe like a horseshoe, but It might have been my grandpa's horse's horseshoe. And yeah, some old coins and stuff. And I think
For a nice natural fireplace can be sold for a lot.
one thing I kind of searched for in the garden was I think it was my grandmother that said that she lost, it was either like a wedding ring or some sort of ring, and she said she lost it in the garden somewhere, or maybe. So I kind of detected some areas, but I didn't find that one. That would have been cool to find too. I mean, it could have been lost in the field somewhere too, so it's kind of a big area to metal detect, but that would be cool to find.
That would be a very cool find.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, these rocks in the area here, we have a lot of rocks. These rocks are not worth a lot. There's rocks everywhere here. This is just normal granite rocks or whatever it is. Not worth anything, or not much at least. Very, very, very common around here.
Where are you going?
We're going after these guys. Trying to fill this bucket with some raspberries. We have found a couple of good places, so I think we will be able to fill the second bucket too. There's a really good area here, and then we had a good area over there. Do you have any weird or scary stories? Probably the most scary, or the most scared I've been in the forest was once. It was not this area, it was further in the forest, and I was going to the forest to do some chainsaw work. Then it was pretty early in the morning. I was walking to the area there where I was gonna do some chainsaw stuff. And then all of a sudden, like pretty close, like maybe 20 meters away, all of a sudden I could hear like a lot of rustling, like sticks breaking, like a whole lot of sound. And it sounded like someone was running, but it was like running away from me. But still like a lot of branches breaking and a whole lot of sound. And it was like before that it was like completely quiet. So man, I got scared there. But I'm pretty sure, like I looked straight there where the sound was, but it was like a little bit behind a hill and I couldn't see anything. But I believe it probably was like a moose, a deer, or it could have been like wild boars. That like I got pretty close to them before they heard me, and then they just ran away straight away when I was too close. But I got really scared because it was really quiet, and then all of a sudden like a big ruckus pretty close.
Great story. It could have been a deer or something. LOL. I'll shit myself.
Yeah, because it was super loud, like big branches breaking, like it probably was like, it could have been definitely like either many wild boars or like a couple of deers or something. It had to be quite a bit, like, because there was branches breaking, and it wasn't like sometimes when a rabbit runs away or like a big bird, like that's kind of loud too, but it's not, it was way louder than that. It was a lot more like branches breaking and stuff. So I believe it was many wild boars, or could have been a moose too, but I didn't see anything, so that's weird. If it would have been a moose, I think I would have seen it. But yeah, definitely got scared. Usually when I guess the wind was like, I was going this way and the wind was coming this way, so they didn't like smell me or hear me that well, because usually if you walk in the forest, even if you're not talking, like the animals will sense you and hear you before you hear them. So that's why you don't. That's why you don't see the boars, or you don't see the moose even if they are here, because they recognize you before you recognize them. But that time, I think I surprised the animal. And yeah, another couple times it's been like some like big birds that we have here, or the biggest birds, like I don't know what they're called in English, but you like walk close and then like 5 meters away, all of a sudden a big bird flies away. That's also like, it's surprisingly loud, and you get actually surprisingly scared about it, even if it's just a bird. I guess they try to like hide until the last minute, and then they run away or fly away. But yeah, boars could be dangerous. Like we don't have like a lot of them yet, but I've seen tracks of them in places, and I've seen like a lot of tracks, but I haven't seen a wild boar, because they're usually really like shy. Yeah, that's some good berries right there. But yeah, if it's the same with moose and bears for that matter. If they somehow feel like cornered, that's when they're dangerous. Or if the animal is somehow like wounded.
Bought some organic raspberries for $3 today, just walked across the road. I've always wanted to do that wild berries.
Do I make mead? No, we haven't made ourselves. We buy mead, but I haven't made mead myself. This is just a weed. Let's get that out of there. Might still find some good berries here. It's a pretty good bush here. Some decent sized berries. They're just hiding under the leaves. But yeah, once we clean this one up, we got more there. Should be able to walk around here a little bit and find enough to fill the other bucket too. Bucket of berries.
Well, I don't have a field like this near me, so it'll have to do. Do you use the berries to cook anything?
We'll see about these. I'm not gonna pick like even both these buckets. It's gonna be 1.5 liters, so we're probably gonna like eat a bunch of it just straight up, and then maybe we could make like a raspberry pie or something. We'll see what we figure out.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, all kinds of pie, like blueberry pie is really good. Or bilberry pie, I guess it's called officially. That's really good then. All kinds of pies are good.
A pie with a nice buttery crust is the best.
So yeah, we got like 1 deciliter just from that one small bush. Yeah, it's always the same when if I watch some streamer, then if they're like eating, then I'm like always like, okay, I gotta eat something. That always happens to me too. Monkey see, monkey do. When you see someone eating, then you're like, hey, I should eat too. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, these. Once you lift up the branches here, like it doesn't look like there's much when you look from above. But when we lift it up like this, oh man, look at the underside here. It's like full of berries. Some are not ripe yet, but some are too ripe too, but we're gonna try to pick the ones that are good. And I know they're pretty small here this year, but I mean this is, if you have a bigger area of berries like this, then you can pick some serious volumes of berries if you just have the patience. Am I a berry picker or a hunter? So yeah, I don't do hunting, but we have guys that do hunting on our ground here. But I myself, I'm not the hunter. I don't have any guns. But yeah, a few of my neighbors do hunting. So in the fall they hunt like moose, and then we get like some moose meat from them. So not technically a hunter myself, but definitely eat some meat that probably has graced these lands here. Maybe some moose that have actually eaten these raspberries. From Finland. We're in southern Finland here. So I usually, if you wonder usually where we're from, I usually, in the title I have the flag first there. So if you look at the title, there's usually the location, or at least the country.
It just says bye. Sir, where is the marijuana farm?
Yeah, FI. That's short for Finland. I know I have it like as an emote there, but for some people, I know I've watched sometimes it shows the flag and sometimes it just says FI, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, FI is short for Finland. But it should show the flag, but yeah, it doesn't always. Nah, but it's, yeah, Finland is kind of a small country, I guess. It's not like, a lot of people don't know where it is. Norway, maybe usually people know where it is. Sweden is a little bit more unknown, and then Finland is like no one knows where it is. That's how I think other people know Finland or don't know Finland. I don't know how it is. It depends, of course. Urban legends. What would be considered an urban legend? Oh, here's a really good one. Here's a lot of berries. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. I was thinking, or we were thinking to fly to, or maybe visit Hawaii at some point here. But yeah, the flights were like, what was the flights? It was like 1,000 euros. Was that back and forth or just one way? I don't remember. But yeah, flights are pretty damn, at least long flights are pretty damn expensive. Old school RuneScape. Yeah, I've heard about the game. I haven't played it myself ever. But yeah, isn't that one of those like collecting games? So you collect stones and maybe even berries. So maybe this is real life RuneScape here. What games do I play? Not many games. Maybe what should I say? Maybe 2 games per year, 3 games per year. Not too much. Right now I'm just testing the Once Human game a little bit. It's free to play, so I guess I can try that out pretty safely. Don't need to pay anything at least. But yeah, if I play some games, it's usually like RPGs or something like that. I play like Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 or something like that. Yeah, these are wild berries. Wild strawberries. Not strawberries, raspberries. Wild raspberries. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, I would say, of all the games I've played ever, I'm thinking like Baldur's Gate 3 is the best game that I've ever played. Maybe like Witcher 3 is also really good. So probably one of those games is or the best game that I've ever played. But yeah, we're getting a lot from these bushes. We picked like this bush and another one, and we have almost like half the bucket already. There's a lot, it's a really good bush here. Have I ever played D&D? Dungeons and Dragons? No, I don't think really. But yeah, once human, you're also always collecting all resources. So I guess we're collecting some berry resources here too. Then we just need to build a platform here and start to build our base in the middle of the forest here.
So I right now watching some random man in Finland collect berries LMFAOXD. Ha ha ha.
But yeah, there's a lot here. I'm not even picking the smallest ones.
You are going to build here.
Maybe. I've thought about not here, but there's another place where there's like a kind of a nice flat bedrock place. I could build like a small, not a cabin, but like a lean-to or like a small shelter there. So in case I'm in that area of the forest, if it starts to rain, then I could have like a small shelter area. That could be kind of cool to build like a little thing like that.
Excavator stream.
Last summer I did build a gazebo, but that's at the farm, it's not in the forest. But yeah, if I would build it in a forest, like it's a small structure, so I don't really need it. I don't really need an excavator. I think when I that's why I said I try to find like a flat bedrock place, because if you got a flat surface to start with, then you can just put like pretty much like four bricks or 4 rocks in the corners, and then build like a wood frame on that, and then build it up. So just like a small structure. I wouldn't want to start to build like, it wouldn't be like a proper, like a real building in that sense. If you start to build a foundation, then you need all kinds of permits and stuff. But if I just build it like that, then you don't need any permits. So if I would want to build anything, I would build like a structure that you don't need any permits for. Because otherwise it gets all tricky and expensive, and a small lean-to or something like that you can build without any, no permits needed. Then you can kind of build it however you like, and yeah, don't need any building inspections and all that stuff.
It would be huge.
And yeah, if I build like a smaller structure, I already have like all the wood. I have all the wood, and I would basically have almost all the materials for like a small building already. So then it would be kind of cheap, I guess, also when I could build it out of like scraps from other building projects. Hello, Monamo. Oh yeah, there's still a lot here. Yeah, this bush is the best we've found today. Like an area of like 1 square meter. We can almost like, now this bucket is half full. I mean, if you can feel this from just one here, it would be like, I don't know what this is, maybe almost a liter from like literally one bush. It's pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be this good. It's been like not a great year. It's been like super dry, but I guess raspberries don't need a lot of water, it seems. And imagine if you would have like, sometimes you can have like areas where it's like, the area is just full of raspberry bush, like it's kind of all field. Like here we have like, there's one bush here and one there and one there. It's like, this isn't like a super good, but yeah, if you got an area filled with bushes like this, you could get some, you could pick a lot, basically as much as you just, like as long as your patience is good to just pick more. No humidity. It's pretty good today. Like I picked this day because it's warm. I gotta say it's warm. Under 20 degrees would be perfect, but of all the days we're gonna get this week, this was kind of one of the better days. It's cloudy, so no sun, which is good. There is a breeze, keeps the bugs away, and it's not raining, so all things considered, it's a pretty good day. Would be better if it would be even cooler, but with the summers we get here these days, it's always like 20 to 30 degrees warm, so.
That's normal from that name. I've banned in 32 streamers already. Bully your hive.
Yeah, we will definitely feel the second one here too. We just need to find maybe one, maybe we can feel it here, or then we find like one more good place like this, and then we got all the buckets filled. Now this bush is, I think, pretty. Well, there's some here still. It's beginning to be empty now, I think, or at least mostly empty. Might be some small ones left, but yeah, we got this much, like it's over half full, and this is pretty much one, like two bushes, and we got like over half the bucket. But yeah, we can relocate here now because I think this bush is pretty much depleted. But yeah. It's pretty much a forest here. You can maybe see there's a bunch of the fields are over there. We'll see those when we go back. But yeah, it's pretty much like a young forest right here. some older forest around us. This is raspberries. There, now we need to find a new bush. How much did I collect? This is we filled one of these buckets already, and this is the second one. I think if we fill both of these, we probably have picked like 1.5 liters maybe. I don't know how big one of these it is. It says it's like 800 grams, but there was like originally there was some jam in here, so this is probably not the same weight as jam. I think there we got some sort of bushes. Maybe we can fill it up here somewhere. 1 liter buckets. I don't know. Is this 1 liter? Maybe this is 1 liter. It could be, or it could be slightly under. I can measure it when I empty these out. I can put water in them and see if these are 1 liter buckets. No, at this point we're gonna fill this one up for sure. We filled the other one and this one is half full, so at this point we're gonna fill this up. I'm pretty much set on that now. I want to fill this one up too. We're just gonna find a few good areas. Here's some, not a super good area. It's a little bit too dry. Maybe there's a good one I see. Maybe over the hill there's better spots. There's a really good one there. A lot of seems to be big ones on that one. This guy. Look at this guy. This is a good one. The berries are they are a bigger size here. Not maybe that many as the other one, but these are slightly bigger. Yeah, it's really helpful when Kik mods just put you on the front page. Gotta be really thankful for that. That helps a lot. It's like in any kind of streaming, like the hardest part is to get the visibility. Like there's so many streams that it's super hard for people to find things. There's so many streams. So I guess I like Kik before. That's kind of a good system that they have. That I guess they just have mods or Kik people that go through streams and just put random streams on the front page. I don't think they do anything like that on Twitch. There is just if you don't have a lot of viewers, and it's going to be really hard for people to find the streams. But yeah, every platform has some good things and some not so good things. Not too many Finnish streams, no. And I think Yeah, you could put some filters. You could put some filters in Kik, but I think you can filter in Twitch too, like by language. I am in Finland, but I'm not streaming in Finnish. I could, but I think all from the beginning I decided that I'm gonna just stream in English. Then like most people can understand. If I stream Finnish, then it's like most people do not understand Finnish. Or Swedish. I could stream in Swedish, Finnish or English. I think I know those languages well enough to have some sort of stream at least. I can speak Finnish, yeah. Finnish, Swedish, English, some German. Oh, look at this guy. This is the best so far. A lot of berries and big berries. These are decent sized.
Wow, juicy berries.
Yeah, we're gonna fill the bucket with this one here. Pretty sure. Yeah, in a place like this, you could, if you really would go for it, you could pick one bucket pretty fast if you find areas like this. And there's a lot, like you can see there's some berries on the ground. Those are already like too ripe, so they fell down on their own. So there would have been even a little bit more if we would have been here earlier. Like maybe a week earlier would have been like the perfect time. But yeah, a little bit more there, and I think we're filling up definitely really fast.
Stream frozen for me or everyone.
Let's see. Nah, it seems to be going. It can lag out a little bit occasionally. It is a live stream from the middle of the forest, so there could be technical issues. But for me here, I can check my own stream. It seems to be running. You can try to refresh it if it doesn't run. F5. So yeah, it can happen sometimes that just randomly the tech decides to not want to stream anymore. Yeah, most of the time it's good, but sometimes we have some technical issues. It's a pretty complicated like setup. It goes through a lot of places, and if any of those have any like technical issues, then the stream won't work. Like sometimes it's the server, sometimes it could be OBS, sometimes it could be the actual streaming gear here. So it's working pretty good.
Also, does your brother want to make a raspberry pie or no?
We'll see. I'll have to ask him. Maybe he will make one. If he makes one, then I can put a picture in Discord. See how the end result is. It should be pretty simple, like pretty much the same as a bilberry pie. Just to replace the bilberries with raspberries. Shouldn't be too hard. lemons. Too ripe. I guess the ones that have fallen on the ground are like too ripe. How long did it take me to build this streaming setup? It's been like a gradual process. So in the beginning I started with just a cell phone. Just a cell phone directly to Twitch. That's the most simple way. That's still like now when the cell phones are a lot better. It's a really good way to stream in these days today. Like if you have a good cell phone, you can just stream from the cell phone directly to Twitch. It's really, a lot of people do just that. It's a really simple way. But then you can build more advanced setups. I guess the biggest advantage I have with the setup I have is I can use like 2 internet connections combined to get a little bit better signal. Because sometimes when you're out and about here in the forest, the connection is not that great, and then the picture quality is bad and stuff like that. But then of course as you complicate your setup, you can kind of run into more issues too, so it's it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but it's pretty good right now. But I have a few things I could improve, but it's gonna cost some money and I don't really want to invest too much right now. Yeah, it's mostly like right now the camera has 2 cables that go into a backpack, and that's kind of a struggle sometimes. I would want to have, like, with a different type of camera, I could have the camera wirelessly connected to the backpack, or just one cable, like just a charging cable. So get rid of the HDMI cable. That would be, I guess, an upgrade. That way it would be easier to, if I'm, for example, I'm doing something in the tractor, then I could easily just take the camera and show you something. Like now with the wired stuff, I don't really want to move around the camera too much, because then it's going to break the cables. But yeah, quality wise it's, I guess, pretty good now. But yeah, it would just be some ease of use, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Or like a drone. A drone could be cool. And I could sometimes stream from like a drone. But yeah, there's basically endless things you could do with the stream. But yeah, I don't have an endless budget, so have to a little bit see what we want to upgrade and what we do not want to upgrade. Okay, we're almost full. Gonna eat a few ones too. I'm just gonna fill it up and then we can still eat a little bit. Just straight up eat some raspberries. Oh, it's 11:30 already. Yeah, it's gonna be lunchtime. I'm gonna fill this up and then it's lunchtime. I guess we can eat a little lunch here. Just a mini lunch. got room for a little bit more. Clear the air filters. There's quite a bit of bushes here, not too many berries. Here's some. Yeah, I think down here, like there's a big bush right there. Oh man. Might just arrive at the good spots now when we're all filled up. We'll see if I want to come and pick more some other day. Maybe if we get like really good weather, like some cooler weather. But yeah, I could use some mods. I don't have too many mods. On Twitch I got a few, but I don't have too many here. Like my brother is occasionally in the chat and he can be a mod, but
Enough funding the Insta360 Go 3 as it shoots 4K 1080p. It's small and portable, and it comes with a necklace with a metal plate so you can snap the camera on, but you can search more up later.
yeah, there's that. And then I've seen other people use the, what was the camera called? I don't remember at the moment. It was like,
Or where you get bootable.
it was, man, I don't remember the name, but it was like, yeah, some, like you can use the GoPro, the GoPros, but I have really bad experiences with the GoPro. So GoPro you can use wirelessly, I think. And then there's the other one. I don't remember what the brand was called, but yeah, if someone wants to be a mod, if you're here for a few streams in a row, then I can definitely grant you the mod privilege. Like here's a big bush here. We don't need much from that. We're almost full. Can try to pick a few to fill this up. Put the bucket. I don't want to put the bucket down too much more because we don't want to tip this over now when it's full. Maybe we can put it here. Yeah, as soon as I go down there when it's lower, there's less wind, more bugs. So we want to stay up here on the high ground. A lot more wind here, a lot nicer on a hot day like this. But yeah, we're getting there. We're really close now. Just a little bit more.
See you later, sir. Take care.
This one had a lot, but they're really small on this one. This branch is good here. This might be the last one here. I think we pick this one pretty clean, then we should have filled up the buckets. Hello there. I think this one is pretty much, we can go back, we probably find a little bush somewhere, but it's pretty full now. Just eat some as snacks directly. I didn't bring anything to drink here with me today because I thought this wasn't gonna take that long. It didn't take that long, a couple hours, but with this heat you usually want to bring something to drink. But yeah, the wind has helped a lot. It's not been like I haven't been sweating or anything, so that's good. If there would have been no wind today and sun from the clear sky, then holy hell. Then we would definitely have needed something to drink. There was one year, I don't think when we planted these trees, I don't think that spring was super hot, but some years when we have planted trees in the spring, it's been like today, but sunny and no wind, and holy hell, it's hot. Then it's really, yeah, you get a good workout when you plant trees the whole day. But yeah, we have pretty much planted now. We don't have much that needs to be planted. We have a little area that will probably get planted next spring. But it's a very small area, just half a hectare, so we can get that done in like one day, so shouldn't be any issues there. Here's a little bit. Oh no! Jesus. Now we need to pick more. I guess I'm gonna pick up the ones I dropped. Not like this. Not like this. And get this back. That's why I like to have a bucket with a handle. It's usually a little bit less prone to tipping over. I guess we're gonna pick a little bit more. Who dumped all these berries here? At least we didn't lose them all. And it fell on some nice moss here. I can get them pretty much all picked back up. Get most of the moss out, I guess. I put on the solid rock there. It doesn't drop.
What are those?
Raspberries. I dropped some on the ground here, so I need to pick them up again, but a little unfortunate accident. But yeah, they grow on like bushes like this. But yeah, I guess this is kind of close enough to being full. It's kind of starting to be lunchtime, so need to get out. We had it completely full, but then I almost, or like dropped the bucket a little bit there, so lost a few. I guess they're really good here. We can just pick these to fill it up again. Okay, I think we're pretty good now. Pretty full. If I wouldn't have dropped those, it would be completely full now, but I think we're good. If we can't find like a really good bush here, we should be. I think we can call this a good trip. There's definitely enough here to make a pie or two. Yeah, and it's starting to get hot. Oh man, there's a good one here. Can't pass by these good ones. Either need to pick them or just eat them straight up. Yummy. Yummy, yummy berries is what these are. Yep, I think we can start heading out now. Pretty much filled up. It's like when you see, you always see more and more berries, but we're gonna call it at some point here. I don't really have more buckets to put them in. It's kind of lunchtime too. That way I think we had the buckets. We can find our way out of here. So yeah, there's all these games like what is it, like rust and once human and things like that. It kind of looks like this in those games. You're just running through the wilderness there and mining rocks, collecting berries, collecting trees, and then building bases. So this is almost that in real life. Some parts of that in real life. I guess some better graphics here, but some slower progression. We can't build a base in like one day, as you maybe can do in the games. Put the lid on now before we dump any more on the ground. Now we got two bucketfuls berries. I would say weight-wise, there's probably 1 kilo, maybe between 1 and 1.5 kilos I think we have here, so that's a pretty good haul of raspberries. If you have a lot of bilberries, then I know I can pick a lot more, like faster, but these you have to kind of pick by hand. Okay, through the clover field we go. Wish there would be smell vision here. It smells really good with all these clover flowers here blooming. Really good smells. Probably going to be mowing this in the next, I would say, 2 weeks probably. It's a raspberry farm. Well, yeah, there was some raspberries, but there's a lot of clover here in this field. Shocked to have signal. Yeah, we have, in most areas here we have, in some better, in some worse. But yeah, we're just using the like cell phone signal, 4G. So it's going to be better in some areas, and then if you go down in a low area somewhere or something, then it might cut out. But for the most part it works okay. Yeah, I'm happy I was out there in the morning. It's getting warmer and warmer all the time. No lack of heat. A lot of people probably think like Finland is super cold country, but as you can see now, and this isn't even the hottest days, and it's really quite warm. time, you can also see bottom right corner on the stream. I have weather and time there, so you can see that there. Play some hoop. I think it's too hot today. I think we're gonna skip hoop day today. You can hear a lot of grasshoppers. I don't know. Can you hear the grasshoppers on stream? Does the camera pick that up?
What are you farming?
What was that sound? Did you hear that? Was it from here? Crazy all the... Okay, I guess we're back. Yeah, I think the streaming software might be getting pretty hot too. Or just some random. Sometimes it just cuts out like that randomly and comes back in.
Yeah, you're back, sir.
But yeah, what we farm on the fields, like here we have one wheat field, then we got some oats and some other fields with wheat and oats in other places too. But that's what we farm on the bigger fields, I guess. And then you saw we got some forest and then a little bit of gardening too. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably call this stream here for today. We got the raspberries and some exercise. And yeah, we'll see if they said that we might get like heavy thunder and really high winds later today, but it's gonna be maybe in the evening. If we get a big thunderstorm, then I could stream that later.
You have a big compost, etc. Worm farms. At least one 3-pointer.
But for now, I think this is good. And then we'll see again. The rest of the week, they're saying it's gonna rain a lot during the rest of the week, but I'm not so sure about that. So we'll see when the next stream will be. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.